Photoshop.
Yes, people, good evening, good evening. Welcome back to the live. Oh, Antonia, why was on the screen? Okay. So, we're back here live, the intro with Kenneth and Lakan this evening. First Tuesday in August, 2nd of August. I hope you will collect all your pension check, collect it, disability grant. So, while I wait for Kenneth, listen to a little calypso by David Rodaway. Can't go wrong with that tune, right? So if you're on the live, share the live, like the live. We hope to make some sense. August madness. Calypso, Calypso, Calypso music. In the land of Trinidad and Tobago, Calypso, Soca. Surat, you're inside. I'm not hearing you. It's looking dark, boy. Like wherever it is, electricity gone. You hearing me, Surat? Oh. It look like this thing going a different direction. You see it? Yeah. Seen some movements there. Your video on, but your mic off.
You make more noise. I have in my jaws.
You hardly hear any jaws?
You don't know.
You ain't hearing it? It's coming across like noise?
All right. Where's all that noise?
That was a David Rada, Calypso.
All right.
That's it. Let me play something while I wait for you.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Well, look at my jersey. Yeah.
Or you want to look for Josie? You have one on Josie though?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Look at that jersey. Yeah. So on the agenda, I try to find this old voice, but I'm going easy.
August madness, boy. Madness in August.
Yeah. August, nothing to go on in this country. People celebrating, they're going beach, like with the family, all kind of thing, you know?
You know what's happening?
Yeah. And you
So,
guys enough for me if you're going with Ropram next week because I told her offshore here next week.
and he had an east and I had any northeast.
Right, I don't know if all the lines will intersect. Anyway, now.
And you feel we lines will pass now, cross now?
Oh, okay.
Got some
official
problem.
line.
Yeah. I'm trying to log in here to see who, because it's only when I have my phone I can see who on the live. You could see who on the live on your laptop.
No, I on Zoom.
All right, right. So I try. Hey, that's going on the Zoom here talking, right? Yeah. Let me see if I can find the thing now. Now here you talking there now, right? So nothing new in this August. How do you weather was today, Ken?
Yeah, some serious rainfall today, boy.
Serious?
Yeah, I think some serious rainfall and it out here cool. Yeah.
And Trisha say real hot sun in Shagwanas.
Well, yeah, so yes, so, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear anything on the phone?
Yeah. I hear anything on the phone, but I'm trying to find the video.
Oh, what's it?
Video. So you see one, yeah.
Hmm.
Right, man. Intro live now. Yeah, Rishi Bhutan say hola. Man, like in Spanish now, he talking like Spanish, yes? No entiende español.
What Bhutan? Spanish? Well, all right. Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
Let
I'm
me
take
share
it
this
forward.
thing. Let me share the live.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like your calls come across the video chat they've had now. All right. Look out for the post there. Really like it coming here, sir. I hearing it singing coming. I comment have vengeance. Look at pressure here. Okay, we'll feel some pressure. Where you going, sir?
No, I went on my phone to share the
Uh-huh.
link to now. And I forget to turn it up. But yeah.
You move like a typical sighted person there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
You just
agree that.
walk off and leave a blind man talking to yourself.
Right. Now what's hearing one?
Yeah, you hear, but I wasn't hearing you.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5.
And you could try and put on your headphone too.
120. Back button.
No, didn't move. I use my laptop.
This is your family or this is your family. Answer call. Button. 120.
Oh,
Right.
yo. I on a live chat here. When I finish out your call. Yeah. Yeah. No, I ain't sure about the good part, but I feel I was doing something stiff later. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I better check it up there. Yeah.
so August Madness, Kenneth. People, oh yeah, brother, check it up on you.
Yeah.
You share the link in the man, let the man here talk some nonsense.
Oh. I'll put it in my status here. Yeah, what you say?
Yeah. I hear people getting shoot and thing, right? A whole family a whole grappa people get shoot down here today. Monday
Darren,
night.
watch you know, the second book I was telling about where I read it.
Yeah.
They say with wealth hunting, there are more shooting, more people were psychiatrists, more people were counselor, more people were more, you know.
Well, that is human nature, no? The more you get, the more you want, you know.
No, start growing soon as people start to believe they could stay by themselves now.
Yeah.
You know, I want to have a line by me. I go pay a guitar, and I go pay this one, and I go pay that one, and invite people. Compared to long ago, if you have a line, I mean, I still see it kind of maintained by you in a sense. Somebody come, everybody know what I do, okay, no doing this, which is
Yeah,
very good.
remember I have a lot of Joseph characteristics, so I just shoot
Well,
orders and thing.
No, you might say that, but you might say is I don't see it in our context.
No. I think everybody know they know when they come together to lime, whether we lime DB, Shagwanas, Sawa, everybody know they have a role to play.
Right, and there's some people have a role to play to do nothing to you know, that different role too, you know, so you could follow to them and cross with their skin or kind of thing, you know.
No, yeah. Well, we have a few of that. Pundit is like that.
Oh, right. So it has some who just come to talk, some come to drink, some come to tote. You know?
Some of them come to vomit.
Right.
Some
But
come to lie down.
Nowadays people want to have a function in a hall. And then they have kitaras, and then they have nothing to touch the real thing when you're home and everybody chipping and you get some food a little too much of salt, some of the extra pepper, some isn't good.
Yeah,
Your bad
and
burgers,
while you're
good
liming, you're
burgers.
cooking and
Right.
you're chilling
Right,
up
right,
about this man and that one, and you get
No,
somebody vexing you rush.
right. And wealth is a bad thing because more place get wealthy, more doctor you want, more nurse you want, more hospital you want. Lo- like somebody else Sadhguru in India, I think the ratio is 1,000 people to one doctor now.
Yeah.
You see, he ain't want that now. He want 10,000 people to one doctor. They say, but Sadhguru, what should you talking?
Mm.
You see, if everybody take care of themselves and be healthy and well, you want no doctor? More diabetes and everything, boy, like everything more.
The man in
Well,
Trinidad, you know, Ken.
yeah. How did
Very
that burger
nice,
thing
you
like
know.
that thing? And it's the night or tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, the third.
You might bring that live in? If they're streaming or anything now. Boss it. Wealth is a dangerous thing, boy.
You know, for some reason, I stopped here.
Wait there. Like on me here, you know. Where you going?
Are here?
All right, good. Talking now. Talking to Mike.
Yeah, talking to you, my God. See, I hearing you on the phone, but me hearing you on the laptop. I don't know what I'm there. Like this laptop is like a timeout.
Me and but you come back up clear nice.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So the man in the country where I like a handle taking on that way. I wish it come live. I hope it come live. Like you're going again, again.
No boy.
Oh, I mean hearing you, I mean seeing you. The whole place dark. Your corner lights off now, boy, right? Come
Yeah,
here,
right, yeah.
you know, turn on the video.
It looks so.
It looks so the whole place dark.
Yeah.
You see how stress, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So Ken, August
Yeah.
Madness. Right?
So define August man.
So I
They say
want to
people
tell
can
you,
talk about something, define.
right. So I want to find by telling you I listened to this book by Jeff Bezos. Is Bezos?
Okay, boss book, man. Boss book. Oh God, that man is a
Right. So Jeff Bezos decided to open up a market section on the Amazon app, Amazon.com, and decide to sell used books. Because remember,
Right.
Amazon.com was about books first, right?
Yeah, yeah. Man
And
love
the
books.
publishers and authors of books had to complain and say how he promoted news books so new titles wouldn't get sold.
Right.
And well, of course, he win that battle because if somebody a new title is a new title, right?
Right.
But in Trinidad, August Madness had to do with school books. It had to do with
Right.
all them. I see the newest thing going on now is the selling. If you want used books, Ken, and you're looking for it anyway, you put it on Facebook. And anybody else around the
Right.
country have it telling you, hey, well, I have it. And you arrange to pick it
Right.
up. You're buying it cheaper than if you go
Right.
to the bookstore. Now,
But I'm making sense.
you risk you run with that madness is you go and you buy, you might buy the wrong edition,
Oh.
right? But you mightn't get the revised or the newest edition as the case may be. Versus if you go in the bookstore, they're gonna know which edition they have and which one they, things like that.
Right.
My problem with that whole process is why we don't standardize textbooks. Every August, this madness is going. Every August, parents fighting up to get textbook. Imagine a used mathematics textbook. The same textbook I tell you, the man tell you, you don't care which book you have, as long as you have a book, go to this chapter and that topic and do this question. $275 for a brand new book, but $230 for the used one.
What is that?
That will make sense?
Yeah, but they buy the new book?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how is that helping the poor person who trying to pay for an education for the children.
But let me talk
You're telling me
standardization.
that book should be selling for about $150, or you know what I mean, or at least $100 less than the original price.
So what prevented standardize? What new they could teach in maths and CXC?
No, the problem is, it's not a new book, it's an old book. So what I'm telling you is that one of the books the man talk about since I wrote mathematics in 1998.
Right. I like your maths teacher. He say bring whatever maths book you have, we work on that.
But he makes sense. In fact, Ken, my problem with textbooks is all teachers could only teach the same thing.
Yeah.
If you have your, and watch my, all teachers have learning resources, and all teachers
Yeah.
have textbooks this ministry provide for them, you know. I
But
mean, some of
Lara,
them probably still don't have it, and then, you know, but
no, some of them say they didn't know they have it. I hear them on radio talk about some teachers.
yeah.
But
If
like,
you're teaching, go ahead, Ken, go ahead.
I hear my father say years ago in primary school, you don't need no textbook. You walk in any school you want. Once it's a primary school, the closest one, and they're providing where to write on, book to read. You understand?
Yeah.
Why we can't have the same thing? Why the classroom have all the books? And you're going to shelf, you take a book and you do your work, you put it back and you go. And if you want any note from the book, you take your phone and take two pictures.
You see,
What's preventing that?
the same thing you now tell me about wealth.
Well, is a bad thing by somebody should take it away from you in a smart way.
I remember I had a social studies teacher. He tell me, he say, if you want a book to buy modules in social studies or something like that.
Hey, you're going again by way.
Point I'm making is that you need a textbook. You need to lecture for an example.
Oh, you come back, you know. I don't know where you're going and come back with.
No, me no happen, you know. But what I'm saying is you don't need a textbook to teach. You could do that with the knowledge you have, the information you have from your syllabus and the curriculum you're following and so on. And you could lecture using the information you have. But you want children buy textbook and you're not even using the textbook. You want them buy textbook and you're not even referring to the textbook for them to do questions or exercises, as the case may be. And
Well, you could Google it. You want to listen to this question, you Google it. You want to listen to that question, you Google it.
Can I have a back and I'll go and start? Let me come back off from vacation and I'm going to choke a honestness at this back now. Imagine you have a visually impaired child, Kenneth, write exams, SEA, this term, right? Go on.
Yeah.
And going to a school in the Carney district and they're telling the child they want no soft copy books. You have to get printed books. I say, well, I'll give them a chance to sort it out. I tell you, I go and sort it out, meet the people, find out what is going on, try to sort it out, because even I interview about a different story.
United Nations Charter.
No, I want to know which school in this day and age, when we just came out of a virtual classroom session, telling children, don't come with soft copy books.
Yeah. It's a conjure about it.
Why madness will make
I don't know if you check below a lot of emails, right? You see people writing, don't print if you don't have to save the trees.
Yeah.
But we can't digital textbook. Right now, I know the Ministry of Education engage in digital textbook right now. It is the future.
But somehow like you don't reach down to these clowns and them in the classrooms.
Because they're so caught up.
Some of them is really clowns.
They caught up in not learning, they caught up in making money.
And all in private lessons.
Yeah.
I watching Trisha niece, they have a book list. She have about 12 textbooks to get, Kenneth. On the average, each book is about $200. That is the cheapest. right? You're looking at like $2,400 just for textbooks, and chances are you ain't going to even use it.
That plenty trend, it never opened the textbook, it remain you on the shelf. You know, I would like to see somebody do some research on them use textbook people selling. I sure they're in top class condition.
Yes, boy. That's why they're charging the price almost like a new one.
Yeah, I am almost certain that they're in top class condition. I'll be very disappointed if it's not, because lack of use.
I'm telling you, I use a mathematics. I didn't use it because I saw it afterwards. A mathematics textbook that my cousin who died 2-3 weeks ago,
Mm.
she was 56 when she died the other day, right?
Mm.
She used that in secondary school.
Right.
Right? I see the book, I see she name. I use a dictionary called the Hyman English Dictionary. Her name was on the book, on the dictionary. Right? When I was going to school, I was showing you. All of us
But-
would use that same dictionary. Nowadays, they want a particular brand, or I don't know, that particular author dictionary they want now. There was a particular atlas. I find it's all about promoting some publisher, making some publisher get wealthy from sales of books, you know.
I want to take any context of politics. Politics is there to solve problem. Presently in America, they have a discussion going on. Maybe 20 years ago, how much years ago, a certain period, within a period of a Senate or their parliamentarian system, they would have passed nearly 400 or 500 laws. And every time a session goes on, they're passing less and less laws. It means that people are taking care of people business to put rules, laws to protect. And I believe in Trinidad, if you were to do the same research, you might see something similar happen in Trinidad, where every time a new parliament comes, they do less and less laws that nobody interested in caring for the people's business. And I use it in the context now with the textbook. I know some, I mean, probably Pandey didn't raise the issue before. Like you talk about like 30 years now, is the same conversation.
Yeah.
It come like we talking pothole. Say 1962, pothole. Up to now, pothole. You understand? The conversation not changing. The conversation is same. So what we electing people for? To do what? If you're not fixing the problem.
Right? It's not about what we electing them for now. It's about who could make the most money. And it's about
Larry,
who could get the most kickback.
It have plenty big shot here. It have plenty big shot here. I tell you that they can't take the money and go downtown and walk in Port of Spain. What the purpose side? It come like them billionaires, all the billions of dollars on the planet overheated. We go with money. Shelter with it?
I don't know how to explain this, right?
Hmm.
I remember, but I want to say it this way.
Hmm.
There's this teacher when I was in secondary school. He used to teach typing,
right,
and office procedures. That was the topic at that time. The subject name was office procedures, right?
Yeah.
And I see the textbook that they recommend you buy, authored by him. Yeah, when I said no, but I said, sir, but this is your name on the book, yeah? Yeah, I wrote this book. I said, okay. Now, as I get older, I realize it's a mafia.
Yeah.
I write a book, I get the principal of the school to recommend my book. So all the children company had to buy this book.
Yeah.
And they tell them which bookstore to go to. So I have it in all the bookstores. I have it in 1 or 2 bookstores within the district of the school. Go there and you'll get the book deal. You understand?
Well, I talk about myself. I remember I taught a lot of side people typing from home, you know.
Yeah.
Partners, the sister might come and they want to learn type. And I never had a textbook. I taught guitar and never had a textbook. I taught computer, never had a textbook. I feel if you know what you're teaching, you can teach.
And that's the point I'm telling you, teachers nowadays,
Stick with the
is
syllabus. Once you know
well.
what your syllabus.
No, they want to look fancy. They want to have a big textbook in their hand, and they want to look in the in thing. It's about wealth.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time, before they teach, they have to go and read the example in the book first to understand before they teach it.
Yeah. A good teacher how to do that.
You telling me? I'm telling you, the man is walking in the roll up in the pocket and
Yeah,
chalk and
exactly.
dust in the pocket.
Yeah.
And in the rush, sometimes you forget to pay any borrow somebody pay and call the roll and you give them back it.
Yeah, you see?
That was the only purpose he had the paper in the pocket. When you bring an example, you giving 5 or 6 questions for you and you write it on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
You write it out on the board and you come and you hand me the paper. So you say, hey, you use this now.
You see, and you know your low vision.
You know I can't see the board.
Like he fixed you up one time.
He fixed me up and he don't write out. He said, all right,
And
look
he
your
was no
exam here.
special. He didn't have no special ed teaching training.
Oh, yeah.
How you know you need?
You understand? The man come and hand me
Lad,
J. So look at
hear my
it.
question, and people will feel offended. Teachers getting real salary, right? People might say that over 12,000 trends score under 50%. Over 47% of secondary school children fail in exam. They can't get a full certificate. And you go tell me nobody get fired? If you say you're running, if you say Petrotrin and inefficient, and they close it down. Caroni, and they close it down.
Kenneth, in this
Where's the
country,
problem?
nobody will get hold for nothing. 4 men dead in a pipeline up to today.
Yeah.
They're still waiting to find out who liable for locking off the valve, sealing the line, and killing the men in it.
And who's the chairperson? They're trying
Since
to find
February.
They find a chairman. Any chairman resign?
No, that's the inquiry. Chairman of the
Yeah.
inquiry resigned.
They give back somebody?
I think so.
Oh,
But my
okay.
point I bring to you, Kenneth, is you're talking about children failing in school and nobody getting fired. People getting killed and people still ain't getting fired.
Look at in the police talking thing. I mean, everything come out of the education system. You know? You check what murders going on right now, and everybody normal. Policeman still making cook in the station, everybody normal, vehicle and walking. How many of them them policemen may know how to detect crime, how to do investigation, how to use DNA, how to use scientific method to solve crime? Look at man, the fellow who win the case, that bail is the option for the court.
Yeah.
They kill him and the court proved that he was innocent. He gets shot in dead, Charles.
The killer?
Charles. Yeah.
When?
About a day or two.
After he come out from prison?
After he win the case, I don't know if he win after. I don't know if he win the other case first where they free him because they didn't find him guilty now for murder, and then also I don't know which one came first, but the man gets shot. And he just win a landmark case that bail is not for the parliament, and I happy to hear that because my thing, the state, the executive will be separate from the judiciary. If it's bail, let the court deal with that matter. If it's optional or not, they didn't say you could get it, you can't get it, but let the courts determine.
Yeah.
That should be up to parliament and not a parliament business. Parliament don't care if it's plenty of their own business.
Mr. Rupram, good evening, sir.
Rupram, where's the beat?
Rup says we sit on listening to you, yeah? So let's acknowledge Mr. Rupram. Good night.
Yeah.
And all the other viewers, good night. Thank you for viewing us and share the live. Share it.
Yeah.
But Ken, that is such a landmark case, and I agree with you. But my problem again is you have a system in place. So many people going to jail, so many people in remand, so many people waiting for bail because the system, the justice system is keeping them back. And again, going back to education, all of what we're going through in this whole system is because of a poor education system.
Yeah.
If you don't have critical thinkers there to resolve and solve problems, and then you have a set of scamp on them who portray to be, how to put it, professionals that procrastinating and leaving things to run and then filing things on time and then swaying this in time and they're causing a lot of people just to remain there.
Oh, what's right? That's why people spend more time in Romania than in prison.
But I'm showing you that. In August Madness, Kenneth, I remember many years ago in the 90s, Chicago Bulls was a big thing, boy. Basketball in the early 90s.
Yeah, when basketball knows that comes from that in a sense of live on TV and all
Watch
that.
that, man. We go on to buy school books and thing, boy, and my mother to buy school bag for him and Brian. And them see a bag marked Chicago Bulls, one red and one purple.
Right.
So they decided they want that bag, they want that bag. The owner of the store pulled them square. He said, tell us something. He said, you want that bag because that bag is Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan. He would like, watch that plenty. They say, yeah. He say, you like that? He say, yeah. He say, but it's not what in the bag, you know.
Exactly.
It's what you in your head, what you learn.
Exactly.
He said, don't study the bag. If you go to school with any bag, the bag not important. It's what you learn when you go to school.
Yeah.
I was younger than them. I remember the man pulled them square. I stand by and listen to the man talking to them because them studying, they want Chicago Bulls bag.
No, but Larry, you making a key point there. A lot of people feel when you talk about children, certain thing that etched in your memory. Is that something last week you can remember? Can you remember that?
Yeah, because I was younger than them. Them was not going to junior. I was still in primary school, I feel.
No, but what I'm telling you, it creates an impression.
Yeah.
And people just feel when you're talking to children, you're not creating impression, and they'll be real careful about.
People need to understand, stop seeing children in all this August madness going on here. Everybody, they're buying this and they're buying that, and they want this and they want that, and they want the child to have this. And at the end of the day, the child going to school, but the child not learning, you know, the child not understanding what's being taught, you know.
Well, when you start a second book, you talk about the dopamine rush that create addiction. We such an instantaneous world. You want pizza, you take a phone and you call it. You get instant gratification, so you get a dopamine rush.
Yeah.
Long time if you wanted something, you gotta save up for it.
Yeah.
So only dopamine rush, so the serotonin or the oxytocin rush then, which is more safe to build bond and family. Yeah, that kind of togetherness then. Like my uncle wanted a car to buy and this family will chip in and train a little change now, and they go buy it. There's no dopamine rush in that. There's people coming together and helping each other then. But the dopamine rush is, and that same book bag buying it one time, you get the dopamine rush. But it don't stay long. It come and go. And then you're always searching for that dopamine rush and everything. And you see it right now. I'm not sure. And I think they want to cry for the guy. And some people say, I only gained it because when I was small, I never could have it.
You know, I don't see buying things for my children. That's not kind of. I buy things for my children based on what I recognize as needed for them. What I recognize they enjoy.
Something that you work out. It's not something you do because somebody threw a tantrum or somebody cry or something. All you work towards, okay, you'll say, okay, am I going to be, if it says an expensive thing, it's okay, you'll get it within a certain period of time. You can know. There are some things you can get no, something you get a month down the road, something might take 3 months again.
Because many times we tell them, well, we will get paid, and then you'll get it because you can't get it right now. And
so
you know, Gabriel will ask, Daddy, you get paid? So we want. But when I say not this month, right? Next month or next time we'll buy that guy. Okay. And they have a level of understanding when you can or cannot get something. I mean, they don't get, you know.
You're controlling dopamine, and a lot of people, because of the dopamine rush, create a lot of addictions. When you read a book, you can see the science in it. That thing like cigarette or alcohol and that give you that dopamine quick rush, but it don't stay. And it's the same thing we want the whole life. Rush. You want this now. I want it now. I want it now. I want it now. And no kind of thing.
Instant gratification.
Right. And there's chemical in the brain. As somebody say, the brain is the best chemical factory. Manage the damn thing. And they say two dangerous chemical to control is endorphin and dopamine.
And you see, you and I talking that day, and a lot of people don't understand. That's why there's a lot of them go through depression. A lot of them psychiatric, quote unquote psychiatric. is because
now
of
when-
those chemical reactions in the brain.
Actually, when you read a book, more you get is everybody want more psychiatrists, more psychologists, more this, more prison, more that, more this, more. If you try the drugs, so always some kind of tablet for something.
Right now, you can't get certain tablets in drugstore. So I think by default, we slowly, what the Venezuelans and them went through, can't get toilet paper and they can't get medication and they can't. There's a shortage of Panadol on the market. You
You
cannot
might
get
say a shortage,
Panadol.
Larry. You might say that you might say a shortage. You remember the central bank knows how much money they have in circulation. So when some central bank talking a thing, I don't doubt them because they must know. And similarly, with drug, I want certain we know how much drugs come in this country, and we know how much sell, and we know how much people could use. And if people are dying from some kind of drug, that means they hoard it and have it.
Hey,
It was just like the currency when we was hoarding the currency and hiding it.
well, it's possible people have Panadol home in the
Excess.
house, but you
Excess.
cannot go in the pharmacy right now and get Panadol multi-symptoms.
Right.
There is the importers, do have none. The people who
Right.
bring in it in don't have any.
Right.
Now, you're right about something, you know, because I went to a popular grocery chain in the north. I sent the driver there and to buy Panadol multi-symptom for me, and he went looking around. He wasn't getting nowhere in Maraval, nowhere at all. And he ended up by a grocery store, and he told me the grocery store had it, and he buy it for me. I said, okay.
Right. You see?
So what you're saying is true because they probably have it in big stock pack up somewhere there. But the typical everyday pharmacy, you cannot get it.
And I learned this from we top class accountant. He said, certain things in this country, they can't balance certain things. They choose not to. VAT and all kind of thing. They can't. But the ball is the best tax system and the best this and the best that, and they can't balance on shit. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
no, people not serious. People hoarding and waiting for something to happen to sell back or do something with it.
nah, they don't want, people don't want to understand what we have going on in this country. They don't want to understand that. They don't care to understand that. Until it don't affect them directly, it wouldn't bother them. And I'm telling you,
You know why, Larry? Because everybody's selfish. Everybody don't want to be this, to just be a neighbor's keeper. Nobody want to be that.
there is this pressure
Everybody want
tablet.
to show.
There's this pressure tablet. I think it's a pressure tablet, a particular pressure tablet or a diabetic tablet or something that Trisha does deal with, right? I don't want to call the name because I don't want to get Trisha involved in this, right? But I'm just telling you. And he has 93 pharmacies to deal with.
Right.
So just around that, right? Between 93 to 96, right? For the week, yeah?
Yeah.
And they give you 9 bottles of that to sell. And this is a
Hmm.
popular tablet that
Right.
everybody being prescribed to use. Now,
Yeah.
the reality is that what the importers actually look for that would have brought in. And when they share it up with the different sales representative and them, like how much they get. But what they're not seeing, there's a group of people, which is the big chain of suppliers of drugs who are selling retail drugs. They just like a mafia, they come and they buy out the majority of the stock already. And then
Follow me. Remember when we had subsidized gasoline and wars happening on the high seas?
yeah.
Because of the Venezuelan situation, you don't feel people buying things and carrying it back to the mainland and selling expensive.
No, all is possible, but what I'm saying is from the supplier end here. Remember, I talking from
And the supplier was trying to curb that. Because they're benefiting from it. Beginner no small would run up the main quick and sell and come back. You don't know what kind of deals taking place on the sea right now.
No, it's possible. I ain't doubting all that. All that is possible. And there's a group of people who do something called suitcase trading still, you know.
Right.
They're bringing in tablets by the suitcase. You know?
Right.
So I understand all that. I understand all that taking place. But the point I'm bringing to you is, you in the general public, you in the outside, you're trying to go and get this particular drug, and plenty of the local pharmacies in your communities do have it.
And then there's that issue now. Doctors prescribing medicine that not they don't have to sell.
God, don't start that. Doctors is
So-
prescribe medicines based on what the medical reps and them get them.
Yeah.
So they come today and they convince you, hey, use this medication because this one is the better one. This is that. Less than 10 minutes, you can talk to a doctor and tell him about it. The doctor ain't taking time to read that medication, he just get any basic facts from it. And
Right.
he get a good few samples there so he could sell it when he's prescribed in the getting packages, like if you're buying it from me, and he
Right.
started to promote that medication. That is our next conjure by itself.
Yeah.
You understand?
People can tell me if you have a database in this country, most of medicine have already gone through.
But we back to the madness. Is the madness is causing all this?
Yeah. And
No,
go back to the education system again.
is the education system, because you have a set of
Education
stupid people,
system.
too much of stupid people in the country, and they're not questioning nothing. They're not asking why. They don't want to know. They don't care to know.
Nah, but-
There's a level of
yeah,
stupidity. And if
Yeah.
the question one, if you ask one question, I start think about it logically, they will realize, but this thing ain't making sense.
I'm telling you, it just can't make sense.
Too much of stupid people. And there's always tell your
Yeah.
accountant that you have too much of stupid people to deal with.
A nightmare by itself.
I remember a time you tell me, you say, boy, better you have a smart person as an enemy and not a stupid one. Huh?
I tell people that.
Yeah.
No, Council tell me that years ago. Council say, boy, if you have a stupid person as an enemy, that person could do all kind of doctrines, boy. If you have a smart person, you could think, boy, nah, it would it and thing, you know what I mean?
But you was right.
Yeah.
Conquer that wise man, you know.
What I buy you see my board degree for the man I drop on
Yeah,
so
yeah,
chat.
yeah. I see that.
I say, I ain't laying that one girl.
Nah,
Yeah.
the man.
No, the man made his contribution with and what I telling people with just a primary school education. You know? So sometimes I tell people, quite a job, sometimes people go to school too, no, not job, umbala. You see, sometimes people go to school too long, you know.
Them mean, you know. Yes, I kind of lost. I
Yeah.
lost this thing on the phone.
To see who chatting or anything.
Yeah.
With that.
Trying to see if I get it back. Look like I get it back. I hearing some talking there.
Oh. Yeah, with a delay again, because if you use the phone when you sign up with the clock, the program will still be going on.
Right. Back on.
Like, look, even if people talk about instant gratification, everybody want a song quick.
Hey, look shorty on the live, right? Good night, good night.
Good night, good night.
And
Yeah,
Mr.
but I mean,
Amrup, like they're conversing, they have a chat going on there amongst themselves.
that was one meeting, or?
They look so.
Yeah.
So them like that one meeting going on there, the long and short of the matter.
Right, yeah. But remember, I'm so tall, you know. All right.
You know. So
Yeah.
people want to buy books, they can't get books. Then you have to go and buy new books.
Uniform.
Then you don't have
Then
a book and you go to school.
Yeah.
I remember, Ken, there was this common entrance book, in my days it was common entrance.
Right.
So
The old one. Right.
so I didn't have what you call my father couldn't afford to buy this book. So after school, I had to go down the road by my cousin house who had the book. sit down there and write all the exercise. Because the homework in that book, and do the homework from that book and then leave and come home,
Right.
because I couldn't afford it.
Right.
And today, nowadays, people, they've given them homework.
Yeah.
So the issue you are talking about is we continue to promote the education system, and you want textbook and you want this and you want that, but how many people using it?
But let me take the conversation. I mean, probably about that 10, 15 minutes again. In the context, if you want to compete in the world, based on how we treat our children, could they compete with innovation with Europe or North America, wherever, Canada and so on, or Singapore, Korea, South Korea and so on? Are we preparing our children to compete, to function out there and contribute and to try and to make a GDP and so on?
Question we should be asking is, do we know how to compete? Do we know how to teach them how to do that? Because we had a discussion today on 91.1 FM, we talking about animals, and you're talking about guide dogs, right? And similarly, with the same question you asked, is culture. If they do, I can just sprang along, is culture. If you do have a culture that inculcates that kind of thinking of innovation and learning and experimenting and promoting it, you could never have your children learning those things.
Loudly, we say that in the context long time. Remember, you had to leave your country to go and get work in other countries. You no longer have to do that. You could say in Trinidad, if you had the skill set and provide service, North America, Europe, and you see it happen in India. People do not leave in India to go to North America to work. They stay within their own area and contributing, even like say factories and how they move factories to China so that they could get things built cheaper and so on, and use the labor than bringing the labor to the US then. So the world changing, but you could only benefit from that if you have a skill set that you can apply.
But again, that level of skill set has to do with more technological and idea building, more the brain work,
right,
more mental work,
right.
But it's not physical work. And we go back to the question you asked: are we training our children to compete with the rest of the world? And the answer to that is, I'm saying, do they know how to train the children to do that?
And let me put it another way: are we designing our school system? Do we have good masons in this country? Good people cut grass? Do we have good painters? Simple things.
No, I don't think so. We long ago in the secondary school had a tech work area.
Right.
And the tech work area used to teach the children welding, masonry, auto mechanical, auto electrical,
plumbing,
installation, plumbing. Yeah. I mean, I went at the senior comparative school, and I remember all that was trades you went and learn in school. Nowadays, I do hear children. I mean, when you think about it, and you think back in it, when last you hear a child say they're going to school and learn masonry?
No, well, I want to go back to the Charles who got shot, gone down. When he went into prison, the man probably had a 1 or 2 level, When he came back out of prison, he could have do PVC furniture. He learned to debate. He came back with a whole skill set.
Right.
Why did we have to wait till he ended up in prison to give all that?
But remember you tell me about that with the I think it was Sharon tell you that?
Yeah.
They wouldn't invest in the young people up front.
You don't invest in them
going to prison. To wait to go to prison, then they invest in them.
Yeah.
So it's a similar thing.
It don't make sense.
But can we have, you look right now, I see some work going on and saying masonry work and thing, and the work ethics of some of these Venezuelans. Trinidad yet to accomplish that, Trinidadians, people might say are supporting the Venezuelans.
No, because they came here because they need. And that's the thing, when you are greed, the behavior will change,
Yeah.
But because the circumstances
They
make
came
them
with
be
an
even up.
objective in mind, partner.
Yeah, yeah,
And watch man, they come to work. They come,
Yeah.
they ain't coming for freeness.
yeah,
They come, wherever you're paying them, they agree to work for that, and they working, they ain't lazing around.
right.
The 2 men alone, I see mix about 6 yards of concrete and
Yeah.
tote it and pour it in a trench
Yeah,
and finish with what the day done before about
Yeah.
3 o'clock they finish.
yeah,
If you had to drink Trinidad instead of that, you bring 1 man to throw water and next man to tote it, 2 man to mix it and 1 man to full it into the barrel.
but you know
And
what?
then the next one to spread about 6 people you are get.
As a little side conversation, how come? Like my brother, them did some casting, but he didn't put no BRC and then them concrete or crack. What's the difference?
No, there's a new type of concrete now
Uh-huh.
with some kind of fiber in it.
Okay.
So the new concrete, I think Trinidad have it, I forget the name of the
Okay.
concrete, man. But it's something to do that you don't need BRC in it anymore. Or steel.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
it's a new form of technology.
I thought of the density of the concrete or the mix it. I don't know. The formula.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
some kind of fiber, something in the concrete or
know.
something like how they have this thing at resin now, we call it fiberglass.
Right.
Something like that. So it
Okay.
have its own little ribs kind of created in the concrete itself and they hold it together.
So the cement come with that when you mix it.
Well, I don't know the technology, but I hear about it.
Okay. And so he said they just come, just prepare the place and pour concrete, and that was it. And it
Yeah.
don't crack.
Yeah, because it's a new type of technology.
But Lava said, if we're talking new technology, when could we in Trinidad be innovative to bring up new system or new to become more efficient?
The thing is, there's a lot of that out there already in the world. But when are we going to learn how to implement it in Trinidad?
The next problem.
Look, for instance, tires, old car tires. For donkeys of years now, not donkeys, donkeys of years ago. Tire is a problem in this country.
Yeah.
Old used tires is a problem. All over the world, you go and research how to recycle tires. You see how they recycle it, they're mixing back in road mix, how they're doing backfilling, all kind of things.
Yeah.
How come in Trinidad we never implemented it yet? Why?
But let me take the same road. People complain about the road breaking up when they fix it. How come we never change how we fix road? Are we still fixing the road like in 1962?
Again, because we're not willing to adopt the new technology. So the question you're going back to when we initially started this conversation about if we training our children to compete with innovators in North America and Europe and so on. And my question is, well, the other what I'm trying to say is you can't train them in something that you yourself do know about.
Look, for instance, we are licensed officer approving big trucks to come in Trinidad. If them fellows were educated and I know the weight, the road, the kind of road we have to carry a certain weight, and as a result of that, that vehicle will not be permitted to come.
That will happen in a systematic system country. But when you have public officers who earning $12,000 on average per month before tax, so 144,000 per year, but in 5 years' time, they were able to earn, buy a big piece of land and build a big house and have multiple cars. And when you ask them to declare how they get our wealth, they can't. And that is why big trucks are allowed to drive on these roads that can't accommodate them.
Yeah, no, is that serious?
Because the system is allowing too much of.
And you know why I hear that? I hear the Minister of Works complain about that, but he's the Minister of Works. He complained about his big truck damaging the road. Who? I said, well, somewhere around this place, partner.
When the Prime Minister's complaining something about the court, and I said, well, then he's the Prime Minister.
Yeah, he said we take long to clear thing. I said, well, I wonder what we're paying these fellas for. If your issue that was Singapore Singapore said we will make it easy to do business. And we are not in the export, we go export knowledge.
Watch man, look, I was in the session there with ICVI and Miss Phillips, who was presenting in Trinidad. She said the Singapore model of education. I'm trying to research it because it seems to
Yeah,
be
they focus on solutions,
yeah,
not memory.
the Singapore model of education. That with them promoting.
Now, when last did we come with an innovative idea to solve a problem in Trinidad or in the Caribbean?
They ever did it before?
I try to understand.
You say when last, I
thought
don't know if
our
they ever do it.
I thought our universities are there for, and then they could get a royalty from it to help sustain the university from the idea.
That where we know universities to be, but that is in North America and Europe and in the Caribbean.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know of any invention that happened in UWI that helping the world today. I mean, I might be
Look, for
wrong,
instance,
like a lot.
we have
But I
a
don't know.
food crisis in the Caribbean. You have come innovative way for agriculture, how we grow things, so we could look right in the war days, even in America, during the war days, everybody contribute by kitchen garden, all kind. Simple thing like that, like if we did that, we will solve a lot of food issue in Trinidad.
Yeah, I telling people stop having restrictions on minding chicken in the yard. They give people a house to live in, but you don't want them mind chicken in the yard. If you don't have protein to eat, we will have a protein deficiency.
And you have a health problem.
Give people the option to mine a little 12 chicken every 3 months in the yard.
And you give them certain guidance. And okay, let me say, why we can come with an idea how you can mine chicken in the yard, but without smelling up the place. You tell me you can come with an innovative way to do it?
And you help the problem. You know, try chicken now, Ken? Or $80 a chicken now, no?
Yeah, and it's a small chicken is soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just find
my partner, you have enough 40 days, come, you tell somebody buy some chicken, tell the lady mine it until the 40 days, and you want no small chicken. And she feed it pumpkin, I think that girl.
Ken, minutes late. Where's the closing remarks?
No, I don't want to finish up this thing, and here we tell she say, what's like, you can't sell me, she's a Muslim now. If you can't sell me chicken, pork cheap, you know. She said, oh God, I'll buy the chicken for you, I'll make sure to get it.
He tell you, man?
Yeah, boy. He say pork is $12 a pound, chicken is $16 a pound.
Oh God. This man is stressed, yes.
He said, the lady, he tells you put on a few chicken there for him. So he saw another. Yeah, man, my closing remark, I think we as a country had to, whoever we elect, whoever we lead this country, find a way to make this place comfortable and enjoyable to live. Make it easy for children to go to school. Make it easy to get textbook. Make it easy to teach. Make it easy. Why we have to punish people who doing well and the criminal getting out? So that we make it easy for the law-abiding citizens and those who not law-abiding deal with it. So that might take away and closing remark for the day.
Well, my closing remarks for this evening in the August Madness is it will continue. It will always continue until people start asking a simple question as to why.
Yeah.
Why should I have to buy the book if you're not using it?
Yeah.
What is the importance of having this book versus an older edition book? Just ask why. Why are you doing what you're doing?
Yeah.
And you might help change thinking. And you remember everybody else is human beings too. So don't feel anybody is more super or more greater than you in any way. A good Google search and you will find all your problems resolved, or a YouTube search.
University or YouTube.
Yeah. All right, guys. Till next week. Thanks again. Keep safe. Keep sharing your life.